Since October, we've had record amounts of rainfall, and although rain isn't a bad thing, it can bring some challenges. Challenges that aren't associated with planting and equipment, but have to do with little creatures that love blood. And according to experts, we're going to have our fair share of them this year.
They like wet conditions. Mosquitoes love standing water, so if you've got a field that's got pockets of standing water, that's a great way for mosquito populations to really just thrive. Ticks in particular, they like a lot of overgrowth. They like things that are, grass that's too high.
Both mosquitoes and ticks can cause big problems in livestock, but mosquitoes don't really affect cattle. They're mainly a problem for horses.
Horses every year really struggle with diseases that can be transmitted to them that can cause some pretty serious clinical signs. So in particular in Georgia, what we see is West Nile virus and Eastern equine encephalitis, and those are two viral infections that are transmitted by mosquitoes.
Some of the signs include things like circling, being down for long periods of time, unable to rise, and not wanting to eat or drink. And if you see any of these signs, it's best to get your vet involved as soon as possible.
Typically, if you notice that the horse is off with a fever or any other mild clinical signs and you get your veterinarian involved pretty early, they can do well and they can recover. But unfortunately, there are cases where if the neurologic signs have progressed, it's really in the horse's best interest that they're humanely euthanized, or they may even pass on their own.
But mosquitoes aren't the only thing to worry about. Ticks can be a huge problem as well, especially in cattle.
What we worry about with ticks is anaplasmosis. It's a rickettsial organism that's transmitted by ticks. And if it gets into your cattle herd initially, if they've never been exposed to it before, you can have pretty significant cattle losses about 6 to 12 weeks after introduction.
The disease is very severe and can cause multiple issues, like a fever, weight loss, anemia, and paleness in the muzzle. But ticks aren't the only thing that can cause problems with cattle. There's also one other insect that affects livestock.
Horseflies are the really big ones that tend to stick around horses and affect people as well. In cattle, we really worry about horn flies. They are also a biting fly that they will bite an animal 20 to 30 times a day.
That can lead to several problems for cattle, including things like production losses, blood loss, and even long-term hide damage, which is why it's so important to treat them. And if you find yourself needing some help with any or all of these pests, there are some great resources.
We really look to a lot of our partners at the University of Georgia and University of Georgia Extension, so the College of Veterinary Medicine and Extension. We tap a lot of their resources and share those with people because they're wonderful, they're thoughtful, and they've got some research behind it.
Reporting in Atlanta for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.